The Indian Navy has got a massive firepower boost as India just unveiled and inducted its deadliest submarine to date. These are visuals of Defence Minister Rajnath Singh at the induction ceremony of India's second indigenous nuclear ballistic missile submarine, or SSBN, the INS Arighat, or S3, in Visakhapatnam. The INS Arighat hadn't even left the harbour before the Chinese PLA got rattled. With CCP mouthpiece, Global Times urging India to use its lethal submarine responsibly. Global Times quoted Chinese experts saying, quote, "India should wield this power responsibly and contribute to peace and stability rather than use it to flex muscles," unquote. It's the same China that has been attacking and bullying its smaller neighbors like the Philippines and Taiwan and is now urging the world's largest democracy, India, to exercise restraint. India can have only one answer to China: mind your own business. The reason why CCP is rattled is because New Delhi has firmly established itself as a major player in nuclear submarine warfare, capable of a swift nuclear second strike. The Times of India reported a source saying, quote, "While INS Arighat is of the same size and displacement as INS Arihant, she is more capable and can carry more K-15 missiles." The Indian Navy is now in an elite list consisting of French Navy, which has 9 nuclear-powered subs, including the Triumphant class. UK is just ahead with 10 nuclear submarines, including the Valiant and Resolution class. Chinese Navy currently possesses 12 nuclear submarines but is quickly building more. Far ahead is Russia with 31 nuclear-powered submarines and has 12 or more different classes of them. But leading the pack is the US Navy, which operates 67 nuclear-powered submarines, including the Ohio, Seawolf, Los Angeles, and Virginia class. So why are all global superpowers racing to build and deploy nuclear submarines? Now, it's mostly because a nuclear submarine is the most offensive nuclear strike platform which can be deployed by any military. While a land-based launched ballistic missile's trajectory, say from 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers away, is easy to track and intercept, a nuclear attack submarine can stay submerged indefinitely near the enemy's shores and launch a nuclear strike from just a few hundred kilometers away, making it nearly impossible to detect or intercept. So all of southern Pakistan now is in the crosshairs of Indian S2 and S3, including the Karachi and Gwadar ports. INS Arihant and INS Arighat could also be lying low in the South China Sea for 3 to 6 months and target all of China's power centers for a nuclear second strike if needed. Similarly, Chinese nuclear submarines could be lying waiting near Mumbai or Chennai. And this is why Chinese Navy has been deploying surveillance vessels to map the seabed in the Indian Ocean and the Bay of Bengal. But what makes INS Arighat special? It's largely based on its predecessor, INS Arihant. The INS Arighat displaces 6,000 tons. It is more high-tech and has better sensors, periscope, as well as a more efficient and silent 83-megawatt nuclear reactor and propulsion system. The original INS Arihant, or S2, is 112 meters long and has 4 missile launch tubes, each armed with 3 K-15 or Sagarika nuclear missiles. The new INS Arighat reportedly carries more missiles. While just 12 missiles per submarine seems a low amount, but even these can carry unimaginable destructive power with each strike. The K-15 Sagarika missile is an Indian indigenous SLBM, or a submarine-launched quasi-ballistic missile with a range of nearly 750 kilometers, powered by 2-stage solid propellant motor. Measuring nearly 10 meters, each K-15 can carry a nuclear payload up to 800 kilograms. The INS Arighat can reach speeds of up to 24 knots or 44 kilometers per hour underwater and nearly 15 knots or 28 kilometers per hour on the surface. It is the mission of the Prime Minister Modi government to arm Indian military with the most modern weapon systems. Elaborating further, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh declared, quote, "Our government is working on a mission mode to ensure that our soldiers possess top-quality weapons and platforms made on Indian soil," unquote. According to reports, Indian Navy has now deployed INS Arighat on long-range forward patrol of the Indo-Pacific region, fully armed and functional. S3 would operate underwater, gather intelligence and complete strategic objectives that so far had been impossible for the Indian Navy. The only constraint and the need to surface would arise due to limitations in the amount of food it can carry for the sailors and officers on board. Indian Navy Chief Admiral Dinesh Tripathi, along with officials from the DRDO, were present at the induction ceremony at Visakhapatnam to mark the historic occasion. But the Indian Navy isn't resting on its laurels. India has major defense projects in the pipeline. It is expected that the third indigenous nuclear submarine, INS Arighat or S4, will be inducted as early as next year. Just 2 weeks ago, the Indian Navy also approached the government with plans for 2 brand new nuclear attack submarines or SSNs. According to reports, India's 30-year submarine plan includes the deployment of 6 SSNs in the Indian Ocean region, as well as a host of SSBNs to patrol the Indo-Pacific. Indian Navy and DRDO are also planning a bigger class of nuclear SSBNs, which will be armed with K4 ballistic missiles, which have a range of 3,000 kilometers, bringing all of Pakistan and China within its range. The K4 missiles will provide India with the ultimate nuclear deterrence against any misadventures from Islamabad or Beijing. Apart from the submarine arm, India also has plans to build its second indigenous aircraft carrier, INS Vishal, over the next decade, which will be India's third operational aircraft carrier. Have your say. Are you proud of the progress made by Indian scientists in the defense manufacturing sector? Leave a comment with your opinion and remember to like and subscribe to Inconnect News.